Hey, welcome to Charge It Up Cook. My name is Tom. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to make some French dip sandwiches. And one of the things I'm going to do on that is make some garlic butter. But the garlic I am going to roast in the barbecue before we spread it. So I'm just going to set that up now. It's really simple. Just some oil. You can see here I already have garlic and butter in here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in. I'm just going to secure it to wrap it. I'm actually going to do a double wrap on this. So the barbecue is pretty hot. So go ahead and get this in the barbecue. And we're probably going to give this a good 25 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and mix it in with some melted butter. All right, we'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and get that garlic out of there that we're prepping. It's been on maybe a half hour. Let's see what it looks like. See if it's ready to cool down. Make sure you can see it there. Pretty hot. Take a look at that. So that's just some, oh yeah, that's nice and soft. You know what? I'm going to let this cool down and come back and get a bigger bowl. And we're going to go ahead and smash that up and mix it in with some butter to get it ready for our spread on our roll. All right, as you can see, I got that garlic out of the foil. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it up a little bit. It's really tender. We just want to break it up just enough to where we can mix it in with some butter. And then it's going to be a delicious spread for that roll when we get there. Look at that. That's beautiful. So talking about flavor on that sandwich is going to be over the top. All right, I'm going to get this all mixed together and we'll be back to make that sandwich. Okay, so what I want to do for my French dip sandwich, we're going to go ahead and get some onion cut up just to go inside of the dip. So we want to get that dip going so we can get it to simmer and cook for a little while, just to get some extra flavor in there. Let's just get some onion cut up here. All right, we got some red onion. I already got some white onion cut up and stuff. I didn't want to bore you guys with all that. So there's my onion. We're going to set this aside. Just going to get a pot going, get a little bit of oil in here. So I like just to use the onion to get some flavor. Get some white, get some yellow. And then I cheat a little bit. So I have a can of French onion soup. Again, a lot of my thinking is stuff I'm going to be doing at a tailgate. So the French onion soup's really easy for me to take along. We're just going to pour that in. And then I always like wine with mine. So I got a little bit of red wine I'm going to go in here with. Not a lot. Okay. All right, we're back. Okay, you can see I got my burner going. I'm going to get my little stock pot on here. And then I always like to add a little bit more. So I have some, they call these barbecued green onions. These things were huge. I already cut them up. Get that in there. I also got a few carrots. Then the last thing I'm going to do is just add a little bit of water. And we're going to let this boil down. There we go. So give this about 15 minutes, maybe a little longer. We'll give it a taste test after 15, see how we're doing, and we'll be back. All right, I just want you to see this broth. I've got it up to a boil. I don't know if you can see how happy it is in there. We're going to let that keep going. I'm just going to turn down the flame a little bit. Just kind of let it simmer. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and get our meat for our French dip sandwich. So this is just some real thin chuck steak. I bought it at Walmart, $12 a pound. It's like perfect. But I'm just going to barbecue it quickly, get it off while it's still a little bit of red, just so it's not overcooked when we get it on the sandwich. Okay, I got our thin steak going. I gave it one turn. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm probably going to age myself. Does anybody remember Carl's California roast beef? Well, that came with an Anaheim pepper. So I'm going to put a couple of these slices on the grill to get these ready for the sandwich also. All right, so for our French dip, I've got the meat off the grill. I think our broth has been on here. It's been simmering for probably a half hour. Just look at that. I'm going to go ahead and move this over, get it off the heat. And then I'm going to just change the setup a little bit so you can see me what I do with the roll and everything. All right, we're back. It's time to get that roll nice and happy. Let me just get it on here. Let you see our garlic and butter that's been mixed up. I actually got a little spoon here. Let's just get a couple drizzles on there and then get that with the knife. So we got that roasted garlic and butter we're putting on here. Looks like I think I want a little bit more. We'll do the other side just to get some flavor in there. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with some of this jus we made. You can see everything in there. I did off camera add a little piece of rosemary that I have growing here. Let's get a little bit of sauce on here as well. So I talked about that Carl's California roast beef. So that actually came with Swiss cheese. So I'm going to get that on there. And I still have the Anaheim chili on the grill cooking up. So I'm just going to get the Swiss on here. Now I'm just going to set this roll right on the barbecue for a couple minutes. You can see it. Here's our steak. Like I said, just real thin chuck steak, $12 a pound. Got it seasoned up, got it barbecued. I'm just going to set it right there till I get that roll out. We'll just give it a couple minutes. All right, here we go. I'm going to take that roll off, get it on the plate. We're going to get this assembled. See this? I got a couple grill marks on there. Cheese is starting to melt. Let's grab some of that meat. And I'm just going to lay it on here. There's the meat. Here's my peppers. They grilled up pretty well. I'm just going to get a couple of these in here. Let's get that going. There we go. Go ahead and get this closed up. Say for a French dip, you always want to cut it at an angle where you'll have a better dipping experience. Roll got a little toasty. I think we got it. Take a look at that. There's the French dip. All right. What do you guys think? There's our French dip. We got the jus on there. Somebody's got to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a little taste without trying to make a mess all over myself. Get a little dip in here. So that is outstanding. Not quite like the California roast beef from the 70s, but it's a little bit better, I think, or my memory is bad. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Charged Up Cook. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.